Right, so before we talk about the specials, I just want to talk a bit about the BeamFix, which is a mod. So if you're not interested in that, you can skip ahead by clicking on the timestamp, which is in the description or on screen. Also got a new PC monitor, so I might help with the dizziness and tunnel vision some people had because I cranked down the FOV. So I hope that helps a bit. Okay, so the BeamFix is out. Helps with the, or fixes the main problem the Beam had, which was that it targeted back rats instead of front rats. Some people are saying this is cheating because it's a mod, it's not official, it's not in the game. They're right in one sense, because the damage output of the beam blast will be a bit more, since that's how beam works. The closer the target, the more damage it deals. But for me, it makes the beam reliable again. I don't know why the devs haven't fixed it yet, but I think it's great that this mod exists at least, so I highly recommend it. Also, while testing this, I noticed that BeamFix breaks in extreme densities, making it revert back to old non-BeamFix version. So I have a few clips showing that. So it's also a good example on how Beam worked without the BeamFix. Also on how it works in extreme densities. It works the same. So right. So I had a few people telling me that they have experienced this problem too in extreme densities, but it's still early playtesting things. So take this info with a grain of salt. Right, so since part 1, Hawkeye has been nerfed a bit. So on Ogre headshots, for example, you did 140, now you do 105. With Strength Potion you did max damage 255, now you do 210. Doesn't affect Storm Vermins or specials though, so it's just the Ogre output, which is great. They needed a fix. It was pretty OP. It's still great, still pretty incredible damage. Right, so before we go on, I just want to talk a bit about the attacks. So you have Beam Blast, left mouse button. You have the Snipe, which is right, and then left, and then you have the ticks. So it connects and it revs up. So with Poison Trinkets, it has a 12% chance to apply the poison effect on each tick. So this might help with overall damage on specials, ogres, Storm Vermin, hordes. I also noticed something about Mastercrafted, the trait. It is that it not only increases the speed of the beam blasts, which is this, it also increases the sniping, so you can quick snipe faster. You can do this. Also the crosshair contracts a bit faster, so the accuracy goes up. So with Skirm, doesn't need this accuracy because it's always 100% accurate, but it helps. You can combine the two, so you can make it a quick, accurate sniping tool. Right, so I'm gonna show you the BeamFix clips now. Right, so on the left we have the old part 1 beam tutorial without the BeamFix, and on the right we have the BeamFix. So most damage I take from the BeamFix one is from the flanking rat. But as you can see, when I blast the rats on the BeamFix one, they fly away, so I have the room to vent. While on the non-BeamFix one, I die, I don't have the room. So you can go back and watch each clip. So this is Castle Dracofalls. This is one wave from one way, so it's pretty dense. And soon I will go back, forcing them to run at me. And as I blast, they fly away. So it really does work. And this is when it doesn't work. So this is extreme wave. There's two waves on Death Wish. So as you can see, the front bats doesn't get targeted. So this is how it would look if you didn't have the BeamFix. This is also extreme scenario, so this won't happen in a normal game often. I'll nearly maybe once or twice per day if you play like 8 hours. And this is from above, which you can clearly see the front rats doesn't get targeted. Right, so ticks and snipe and the blast interrupts the pounce. So here is double body shot. Aim a snipe, he rolls away. Snipe again. Headshots is a bit unreliable, but try maybe aim a bit above their head. Hitbox are pretty wonky. And when they pounce, you can also focus the beam on them. If they roll around, just chase them and snipe. 4 ticks and 1 snipe and they're dead. Here is a more clear one where it doesn't roll from the side. 4 ticks and 1 snipe. And you can see the poison also helped there. So this is mid-air beam interruption. Really easy. But sometimes the beam ticks doesn't connect. And this happens. So you need to watch out. This is beam blast mid-air interruption. Dodge back and snipe or just blast. And then if it rolls away, blast again. So gas rats, ticks and snipe will interrupt him throwing. It's a double body shot, twice, big target, easy. Heads are a bit harder. Our hitbox is pretty wonky. Wait for the tick to stun him and then snipe. Gunners, probably the hardest target, I guess. So body shotting is 1 tick, 1 snipe, 1 tick, 1 snipe, and then 1 tick more. If you want to go for the headshots, you have to wait for the tick, I think, or you can just aim above. It's pretty easy. They're pretty easy to see their head. Packmaster. This won't interrupt like the Drake fire does, so he will run straight at you. So 1 tick, 1 snipe, that's how you kill. You need to watch out though, you can't do a quick snipe because that won't be enough. I had lucky there, so the tick and the snipe went off at the same time. Right, so he walked right into my headshot there, so it's pretty easy to headshot Packmasters. Just wait for him to walk in and then snipe. And here I snipe 1, so their head is pretty easy to headshot too. Packmaster and crowd, blast twice. If they're really close, you need to blast 3 times sometimes. The fire damage won't be enough. And here's one more example of me getting headshots. Their head is usually the biggest target. Here is Ogre. This is without strength potion, so just a normal one. I kinda wanna stay as stationary as I can. Just rely on dodging. I switch to sword if he does an unexpected slap, but try keeping the beam stationary. Don't go for the neck when he's pouncing or slamming or something. Keep it in one place and dodge back and snipe. So this is with strength potion. Same thing, more damage. So if there are a few rats behind them or with them, try to do the same thing, perhaps with a bit more sword and blocking. Let him smash them and he will die. And they will die, the rats. So, it's pretty quick still, right? See ya!